Hi, I'm Anita. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a crystal spiral bracelet. And for today, I'm going to be using 11/0 seed beads. These are Miyuki in galvanized gold. And I'm also going to be using some 3mm bicone crystals in 6 different colors. You're going to need approximately, for this bracelet, I've got a count of about 216, and that's going to be 36 of each color. So it depends on the size of your bracelet as to how many of these crystals you're going to need. You're also going to need a magnetic clasp and a couple of wire guardians and a size 12 beading needle. I'm using 6-pound fireline and crystal today. For tools, you just need some flat nose pliers and a pair of scissors and about 2 wingspans of your fireline to start. So all of these items will be in the description box with links as to where you can get these, and I'll also have exact counts and measurements. All right, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to thread your needle with a couple of wingspans of fireline. And you're going to start by picking up one of your 11/0s in galvanized gold. And we're going to use that for a stop bead. And you want to leave about 8 to 10 inch tail on your thread. So we have our stop bead on, and we're going to come back through our seed bead. And my camera is not wanting to focus, so let's see if we can get that to focus. There we go. So you're going to pull that stop bead, and we're going to incorporate this into our work. So from here, I'm going to pick up another 11/0 in galvanized gold, a white 3mm bicone. Now I'm going to pick up 2 11/0s in gold. Then my next color, which is kind of a very light champagne color. Then 2 more 11/0s. And then I'm going to pick up another bicone in yellow. So I'm going to bring that down. So that's what you should have, is 3 sets of 2 11/0 in gold and then 3 of your crystals. And I'm doing multicolors for this. You can do this all in one color, but I wanted to create an interesting pattern. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my needle back through my stop bead, and I'm going to bring this into a circle. So for my next step, I'm going to pick up my next color in line. So if you have these all lined up, let me raise my camera so you can see. If you have these all lined up, you just follow the path of your colors, and that will keep you organized. So I'm going to pick up my next color. I'm coming out of my stop bead. Okay, so once we've picked up our yellow and we've gone through this seed bead here, we're going to pick up our next color, our orange, and 2 more 11/0s in gold. We're going to skip this crystal and go in through the next 11/0 and try to pull that up on top. Now we're going to pick up a green and 2 gold. We're skipping the crystal and going into the next 11-0. And pull so that's sitting on top. It's going to be a little awkward at first. Now we're going to pick up a blue and 2 gold. We're exiting here, skipping the next crystal and going into this next 11-0. Now we're going to start over, picking up a white and 2 gold. Skipping the next crystal and going into the next 11-0. And just hold it together the best that you can. It's going to be a little floppy at first until we get a few rows on here. Try to keep that together. So now I'm going to pick up the champagne color and 2 gold. Skipping the next crystal, going into the next 11-0. Now I'm picking up a yellow and 2 gold. Skipping the blue crystal and going into the next 11-0. Now I'm going to pick up my orange and 2 gold. Skipping the white crystal, going into the 11-0 after. Try to get my tail out of here. Just keep that snug. So now I'm going to pick up a green and 2 gold. I'm skipping the champagne color and going into the next 11-0. Now I'm going to pick up a blue and 2 gold. Skipping the yellow crystal, going into the next 11-0. And as you can see, it's starting to form a little bit of a spiral. We'll do a couple more rows. So I'm starting from the beginning again, picking up a white and 2 gold. Skipping the orange bead, going into the gold bead that follows. Picking up a champagne color and 2 gold. Skipping the green, going into the gold afterwards. Picking up a yellow and 2 gold. Skipping the blue, going into the next gold. Picking up an orange and 2 gold. Skipping the white, going into the next gold. Picking up a green and 2 gold. Skipping the champagne color and going into the next gold. Picking up a blue and 2 gold. Skipping the yellow, going into the next gold. So that's what you have so far. So you can see the gold is starting to spiral around. So if you just remember, as you're picking these up, every 3 colors will make a row. So you start with this first layer, which is white, champagne, yellow, and then and then orange, green, and blue. And you repeat that with your 2 golds in between each bicone. So I'm going to do one more row, actually 2 more rows with all 6 colors, and then I'll send you on your way. So I just completed adding 6 more crystals with 2 rows, and I've got 2 gold seed beads in between each crystal. So that is the pattern for creating your spiral design. So you're going to continue adding those colors until you get your desired length. And I'm going to go for probably a 6.5 on this because I want a 7-inch bracelet. And I'm going to be adding wire guardians and a magnetic clasp that will add to the length. So go ahead and continue adding your colors, and I'll meet you when we get to the end and I'll show you how to add the clasp. Okay, here's what I have so far. I've added to my length, and I've got about 6.5 inches on here, a little over. So what I'm going to do now is I've just added my first round of crystals here, and I'm going to stop here, and my thread is coming out of an 11/0. I'm going to advance my needle through one of the crystals. So I want my thread coming out of one of the bicone crystals. So from here I'm going to pick up 2 11/0s in gold, and I'm going to exit this crystal going into the next bicone crystal. And just make sure that sits on top. If it gets twisted around, just twist it so that you can have it seated there in between those 2. Now I'm going to pick up 2 more 11/0s in gold, and I'm going into the next crystal, which is this yellow one. Now I'm going to pick up 2 more 11/0s, exiting the yellow crystal, going into this champagne crystal here. So from here, I'm going to advance my needle through the 2 11/0s that I first added. I'm going into the next 2 11/0s, skipping the crystal. Going into the next 2 11/0s, skipping the crystal. And then going into these 11/0s, skipping the crystal. Draw that together. And I'm going to go through here one more time through these 2 11/0s. So now I'm going to take my wire guardian pop my needle through there, like that. Bring that down. Then I'm going to come down through the other side of the wire guardian. And I'm also going to put my magnetic clasp on. So I'm going to bring my needle through the magnetic clasp. And I'm going to feed my wire guardian through the magnetic clasp. Like that. So now I'm going to bring my needle through these two 11/0s on the other side and pull. I'm going to go back through these two 11/0s here, and I'm going to reinforce by going back through my wire guardian and through the magnetic clasp all the way around. So just bring your needle through. Make sure that your thread is sitting in the channel of your wire guardian. Then come back through the other side, coming down through the wire guardian. Now I'm going to come through these two 11/0s on the other side. And I'm going to go back through the wire guardian and reinforce a couple more times. So go ahead and do that reinforcing, and then I'll show you how to tie this off. All right, I've reinforced a few times here, and I'm coming out of these 11/0s right here. So from here, you're just going to weave your thread down through some of these beads. And it doesn't matter what direction you go. We're going to tie a couple of half-hitch knots. So I'm just going to come down through this spiral in gold. I'll tie a half-hitch knot right here by going under a thread bridge. Create a small loop, bring your needle back through the loop, and then pull. Advance your needle through a few more beads. Do another half-hitch knot. And advance your needle a few more beads. And I'm going to clip my thread right here. So there you have your crystal spiral multicolored bracelet. Isn't that beautiful? Reminds me of springtime. Very easy to make. All you have to do is just follow along the colors. And if you wanted to do this in a single color or 3 colors, it would certainly work out as well. Very pretty, very easy to do, and a very fun project for a weekend. So this concludes today's tutorial. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for joining me today. It was a lot of fun. There will be links in the description box below with all of the items used to make this bracelet. I also have a website where I sell my own jewelry. It's called Bead Creations by Anita 768-558-square.site. There's a link to my website in the description box if you'd like to check out some of my creations. Also, keep an eye out for periodic sales. I do have those on occasion with some great deals. If you're not a subscriber, I hope that you do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. And please share the link with your family and friends. It really helps me out. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed and liked and commented on my videos. I really appreciate your return visits. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy beading, and see you next time.